Live from London, this is BBC News. Russian state media claims Defense Minister Sergei Shoigu has visited troops in Ukraine, his first appearance since the brief rebellion by Wagner mercenaries over the weekend. The Russian ruble falls to its lowest level since March last year, as financial markets in Moscow begin to respond to the short-lived mutiny. Christine Dawood, wife of Shahzada Dawood and mother of 19-year-old Suleiman, who both died in the Titan submersible, speaks to the BBC.
When we passed the 96 hours mark, that's when I lost hope.
Hello, I'm Celia Hatton. We start in Russia, where in a dramatic weekend, Vladimir Putin faced the greatest challenge to his authority since coming to power more than 2 decades ago. The mercenary Wagner Group leader and former ally Yevgeny Prigozhin launched a brief but damaging mutiny targeted at the Russian military leadership. While a deal brokered by Belarusian leader Alexander Lukashenko seems to have contained the immediate risk to the status quo in the Kremlin, questions remain as to what this means for Putin's leadership. Let's take a look now at some of the latest developments. Russian state media say the defense minister Sergei Shoigu has visited troops involved in the conflict in Ukraine. These are the pictures given out by the Russian Defense Ministry, which the BBC has not yet verified. No details have been given as to when or where the visit took place, but it's the first such reference to Sergei Shoigu since Wagner mercenaries mutinied over the weekend. The Wagner leader, Yevgeny Prigozhin, had denounced Sergei Shoigu as evil and demanded his removal when he ordered fighters to advance on Moscow. Also, financial markets in Moscow have taken a hit early on Monday. The ruble initially dropped to a 15-month low. Ukraine says it's reclaimed some 130 square kilometers from Russian forces on the southern front since the start of the counteroffensive. But there is still no public appearance of President Putin or the leader of the Wagner Group, Yevgeny Prigozhin. Well, Ukraine's President Volodymyr Zelensky has called for countries to put pressure on Russia to end the war following the rebellion by Wagner mercenary forces.
The longer Russian aggression lasts, the more degradation it causes in Russia itself. One of the manifestations of this degradation is that Russian aggression is gradually returning to its home harbours. In our conversations with leaders, we've exchanged our assessments of what's happening in Russia. We see the situation in the same way and know how to respond.
Let's cross live now to our international editor, Jeremy Bowen, who's in Kyiv. Jeremy, how might we see Saturday's events affecting things on the ground in Ukraine? Presumably, morale has been affected on both sides of the battlefield.
Yeah, it can't be good